Hi, this is John,
And this is Dhruv.
and this is week 44 of Dot Dreams Devlog.
So this week I came up with a topic where it kind of pertains to our yesterday's Screenshot Saturday post.
He's also back.
So the topic would be, does success on social media determine the outcome of a game?
And I think I can start by saying this is kind of awkward because before we posted and recorded this, I was telling him how I really liked a lot of these great indie game posts had story in their post, and I gave him a whole spiel about good posts and then like stories within posts. So then we tried to do something where it's you fight Spids and then a Spix jumps in, so there's some sort of story. And apparently it didn't do that well on Instagram. Though I do want to ask is what was the last screenshot post that we did? Not the cards.
I think last week there was a WIP Wednesday. I don't remember a screenshot.
Right. What's the normal rate of like our posts for videos?
So usually on Instagram videos we get
From what I saw, it's like
between 20 to 30 likes, depending on the post. Although usually I look at the views. So the views show like how much it was shown. And the best one we've done is the one with the flying...
the Malo.
Yeah, the Malo.
Why? Alum for us.
Yeah, that one did super well. And this thing is because it was something different than other things. And also I think it's something that is... very unique to Eduardo.
Right.
Not other games have wildlife that you can cling on.
Alum that you can fly.
Yeah.
So back to your topic is, do you think it correlates to success?
I think to a certain degree it might. I think we talked about this yesterday, but if you have a certain amount of, I think up to a certain amount of, I guess, views, likes, whatever you want to say, it doesn't matter. So if you have 0 or if you have, let's say, 10, I don't think it really makes a big difference. Maybe even if all 10 of those people download the game, it's like that is pretty much like very little in terms of like your sales. But if you have a lot of posts and each post gets consistently a lot of likes and you have a lot of followers or whatever, then I think that does translate. There was this one Kickstarter campaign, a really cool game, but it's like something Flynn. I know Flynn's in the title. And
it's the one with the red particles and
the red combat one.
It had good animation.
Yeah, and so that one they pretty much got 20% of their traffic on their Kickstarter from Twitter. So obviously, like their presence on social media made a pretty big impact on their Kickstarter specifically. Now they haven't released their game, so I don't know about sales yet, but that's the data that I have.
Right.
At least.
I don't think I have much data except Mirror Blade, and then I think 9gag and Instagram did do quite a lot. And then talking to friends, I do think the next one we want to do is streamers. I would say like the main thing I'm kind of unsure about is if I think about like other games, like especially let's say Warframe, their social media presence came from their forums. So Rebecca, the one that worked on the community manager I keep talking about, she started with just interacting with forums, and when they like your stuff or they find that your stuff has a lot of secrets, the first thing they go to is their forums, and then they start talking. And then when the creator comes in and started interacting with them, that really got people to really like the game. And to a certain degree, it is a different kind of game because it is an online game, and then so it's like you constantly work with people and all that stuff. And the one we're making is not an online game, so maybe that's why forums don't work. But I'm really unsure because like a lot of the mobile games that I see, even like Shadow Colossus, you saw that video where it took them like years before they find out the last secret and all that stuff. Yeah. Do you remember? Yeah. So yeah, and that's all like it started all through a forum engagement, and it's still alive right now. And I wonder if it's because we don't do forums that we're missing out on a big chunk. It's not social media; it's just media.
It's different. I feel like forums are more for after the game is released. There's more of a, I guess, like talk about the game sort of thing. We could easily do a forum on our website, but
oh really?
I think so,
dude. We should do that because that'll make our website more. People go to our website more. You know, I make aside from YouTube links that I've also posted a post for every single week. and
Oh, yeah.
I am 100% sure nobody else has gone on that
Yeah.
website. So in the past, I would like write a paragraph. Now I would like 3 sentences,
Yeah.
and that's too much. I might write a couple words.
Just a word.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, it's me. Hi, it's
It's
me.
me,
Here's
yeah.
the link, and that's
Yeah.
that's all I do. But I kind of have to say it's because we don't have much to post there. I think if we start posting more on, like, let's say we have devlog that we didn't talk about during this week, like we literally just have a developer upgrade and all that stuff, and start promoting that on our non-existent social channels, like
Yeah. Exactly.
it might work. But
Or-
like how,
yeah.
like, let's say if someone is listening and is trying to do something, how would you suggest someone to start?
I got some ideas from. There's this game called Kingdoms of Dump. It's a really cool game, made by these janitors who decided to make a game about trash. And they actually, whenever they had money, 15 to 20 bucks, they would just do Instagram ads. And they would focus first on making a good quality game. I think they did that for a year and a half or so. And then they started posting on Instagram, or I don't know if they posted on Instagram when they started, but generally they started posting more on Instagram and started promoting their posts via ads. And I think that helped them gain enough followers where now they get like almost 1,000 likes per photo or
Wait,
per video.
What kind of posts do they do for their ads? Is it just
It's
the title page?
videos.
Videos.
Just like some random videos of clips of their game.
Interesting. Maybe we should start doing that. I think before we start telling people what they should be doing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should start
Yeah.
taking our own advice.
Yeah, $15 to $20. Maybe you can start doing that too. We're close. So like, Drew's back, and yesterday we worked on the not combat. We worked on cooking, and I think you're almost done with it, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's pretty much done.
yeah. So
coding-wise.
after combat, quite literally the last thing. Well, not literally, but the last thing is the trading, and that would we're trying to make it every single part as good as possible. But after that, it was just be story and content, world, and all that stuff, and you have that map that you have to decorate.
Yeah, so hopefully the demo will be out sometime soon.
Are you worried that
within a month or two?
Are you worried that when you release the demo, because it really consists of most of the stuff, that people will steal it?
No, I'm not worried. Plenty of people release demos and nothing happens. I think
Right.
if somebody actually decides to steal it, they would have to go through the pain that we have to go through
You
to
know,
market it. So that's the main thing.
I think we execute things differently. So even if they do steal it and make it, it will be a different game than ours, no matter what. So I think ours, like, I think the execution creates its own charm. So
So if they steal it and we already have popularity, then that's good for us regardless.
Yeah.
And if they steal it and we don't have popularity, then I don't think it makes any difference.
oh, that's true. There's no lose in
Yeah.
that scenario. Okay, I can see that making sense. But yeah, I think that should be enough for the week. We actually, I'm gonna say it that there has been quite a lot that's happening in the gaming world, and then we're deciding not to talk about it. But what that got me to is we were actually thinking about releasing a video during that same day this big controversy happened, and then that is leading me to ask you guys whether or not you would want to hear more of us, or do you guys want it to be longer, or do you guys want to be shorter but more consistent, like a lot of these YouTubers. Apparently the formula is likes, comments, and frequency of video release, which is like once a day is bare minimum to get any presence. And now that we're so close to beta being completed, we're starting to think about if we should amp up our social media presence, hence also the topic of the week. So let us know in the comments if you guys actually listen this far in. Our engagement, and I don't know, if people have been listening to more for the past few weeks or so, the past 2 weeks, so I don't know what's happening.
I think it's just random. I don't know. I don't know what social media. This goes back to the social media thing.
We don't know stuff.
You don't know anything, man. We're just kind of here trying our best.
Yeah, doing this for ourselves. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Leave a like. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.